Nothing like a good breakfast to get you off to a good start in the morning, especially when everything's laced with garlic. Now the table's helping to keep you off the floor as well.
Still you remain. It is a wonder you have managed to live so long.
There's only a certain amount of punishment your body can stand on any given day. Enough pain, enough gain for now. Try again tomorrow. You faintly hear a voice saying, "Don't knock! Come on in!" from beyond the door.
I have made substantial progress with my Frankie since your last visit. With the MESS recalibrated, I was able to focus the initial stimulation and have achieved the first traces of independent muscular coordination. See for yourself. It is not often that ordinary people such as yourself have the opportunity to witness true genius. I expect that you are feeling especially honored just now.
You say, "Hello," to the scientist.
I trust you have made some valuable scientific discoveries since your last visit.
You regale the doctor with tales of your exploits in Tana.
Oh, that sounds like a truly awful land. Primitive conditions, almost no science. That apothecary Salim sounds like someone I should meet. Oh, all my attention lately has gone into reanimating the Frankie. It will be a great scientific accomplishment when I succeed. When we have learned to take a scientific approach to everything in life, we will be well on our way to understanding ourselves. Here you are, one freshly brewed healing drink. Sip it if you get hurt, and its beneficial vitamins and other ingredients will help your body to recover quickly. Here you are, one freshly brewed universal poison antidote. I have your rehydration solution all ready. I will be happy to exchange it for a flask of Groo Goo. When you bring me the goo, I will give you your solution.
You ask Dr. Cranium if he can spare an empty flask for specimen collection.
Of course, of course. I am always delighted to assist scientific research of any kind, and I have plenty of flasks. You may have this one. That is terrific! This is just what I need for my experiments. As I promised, here is your rehydration solution. Oh, this is a sad, ignorant land where everyone seems to think more of magic than of science. Still, it is a good place for a scientist to work. There are many fascinating monsters to study, and I can get all the dead bodies I need. I named Frankie after one of my colleagues who did some preliminary research into tissue reanimation. My success in this experiment will make me one of the premier researchers at this year's scientific ball. The MESS is my patented magnetical electrical stimulation system. With it, I am able to re-establish neuron paths through formerly dead tissue. It also can be a good companion on those lonely Friday nights in the lab.
Could it be? Has Dr. Cranium at last succeeded in the ancient dream of bringing back life to the dead? Or is this just someone who had a little too much to drink at the mad doctor's party last night? Better table that idea for now. You say goodbye.
Remember to use your powers of observation at all times. I am looking forward to the successful completion of my Frankie experiment. My first attempt was a bush I dug up in the forest garden. The operation was a great success. Unfortunately, the patient died. I hope to correct that minor difficulty in my new experiment.
You greet the old man.
We have met before, I think. I am Nikolai. Have you met my Anna? She is... well, I do not know where she is. I am looking for her. Yes, well, I keep looking for Anna. Will you help me find her? She's missing. Anna has been gone for a long time. I have been looking for her for so very long. I do not know what has become of my Anna. Still you remain. It is a wonder you have managed to live so long.
Hello? Do you have any news?
You tell Olga that Boris says she complains about him all the time.
Well, if he'd ever been here to get his work done instead of spending all his time carousing at the inn, I wouldn't have had to complain. And you can tell him I said so, huh? So, you haven't been eaten yet. We'll see how long you last traipsing about everywhere when you should be staying in this nice, safe town. Listen, you make sure, and you tell that good-for-nothing how much I resented having to sit here doing his work for him while he was off carousing with those other fools. Yeah, good night, and don't let the bedbugs bite, as my husband used to say.
Welcome again. It is so good to speak with you as always. The woods around here seem almost frightening at times. When you arrive, I know it is only my imagination that makes me nervous. Good day, and welcome back.
Tell him that Olga thinks he was too lazy.
Lazy? What was there to do in a shop with no customers? Once the swamp cut off trade here, we had nothing to sell. I had nothing to do there, so just because I would sit at the inn and talk with the other men, she thought I was lazy. All she ever did was sit around and give me orders when I was in the shop. What was the point of dusting if no one came in the shop to notice the dust? I came here to get away from her constant nagging. According to her, I could do nothing right. Here there is peace and quiet. The castle is very quiet during the daytime, but I have heard noises and seen lights in the windows at night. The people of the town are frightened peasants. Just because no one has ever seen anyone from the castle during the day, they tell tales of monsters in the night. I have worked as a gatekeeper here for many years. I wear no garlic and fear no vampires. After all, when someone goes looking for trouble, he will always find it. Mordavia has changed little in all the time I have lived here. I have heard the wolves howl at night, but who is to say that they are werewolves? Farewell. Goodbye, and good travels.
You grab a handful of rocks. You grab a handful of rocks. You've whupped the wyvern. It now lies still like many of its victims before. The wyvern has no place to carry treasure. This is one reason why dragon hunting is far more popular. After some rest, you feel better. These bushes look as though someone planted them here deliberately. The bush won't budge. It's almost as if it were welded to the spot by magic. Thinking you see a gap beyond the western bushes, you take a mighty acrobatic leap over them. You don't notice anything special there? A huge old gnarled oak nestles a large rock under its roots as if it were hatching an egg. An ancient dried corpse hangs from its boughs. It's a dead body, artistically laid out for maximum shock effect. Actually, it just happened to fall in that position, but please don't tell anyone.
Go back, or face thy doom. Hey, wait a second. Don't I know you from somewhere? Yeah, you're the guy that turned Baba Yaga into a frog. So what are you doing here? Trying out for the part of soup du jour or auditioning for the main course? Yeah. Good to see me again, I know. So what do you want? Don't remind me. I thought I was gonna be left behind when the hut flew the coop, but Baba Yaga picked me up later. You sure made her mad. She's back to her old self, if you knows what I mean. Other than a craving occasionally for flies and a distaste for frog legs, she's the same as ever. Call me Bonehead. I'm just hanging around like always. Danger? Around here? Nah, must be your paranoia acting up again. This place is as cozy and safe as a coffin. You can see for yourself that the hut's okay. Took it a bit to settle down from the last flight, though. You mean the hut of brown now sit down sort of thing the last time you was by? Well, that don't work anymore. Just go up to the hut and it'll squat and let you in, if it wants you in. My eye? Not bad at all. I has to admit, you gave me a real gem.
You wriggle into the thief sign position.
Oh, so Baba Yaga already took care of you. Oh, looks pretty bad. You better get that fixed if you can. I wouldn't do that if I was you, but I'm not.
Skulls line the pathway to a most peculiar chicken-legged hut. There can't be many like it. This must be Baba Yaga's hut, last seen in Spielberg.
See you around. Don't come back unless you got a reason to be here.
After some rest, you feel better. 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 A ghostly figure floats near the center of this clearing.
Hello. Can you help me? I seem to be lost.
You tell her you will help her.
Thank you. I'm just trying to find my way home. Can you show me the way to town? Everything is so strange. I lost my way home. Please, can you help me find my way? I'm trying to find my way home. I keep getting lost. Can you show me the way to town?
The ghostly apparition vanishes.
There you are. What happened to you? I thought you were going to show me the way to town. What's wrong with me? What's happened to me? Everything is so strange. I don't understand. I live in town. Somewhere in town. I've got to get home. I am looking for berries. The wild blackberries should be ripe now. I want to surprise my husband with a pie. It's getting dark now, and I need to get home. Please don't talk so. It's bad luck to speak of the dead.
The ghostly apparition vanishes.
I don't understand. Every time I try to follow you, I find myself here again. Why can't I leave this place? Why can't I go home? No, no, it can't be, no!
The ghostly apparition vanishes. You feel a chill go through you as you enter this part of the forest, as if a cold wind suddenly sprang up from nowhere. Wraith vanishes into nothingness, and the air slowly begins to regain some warmth. You see a raised mound of stones. It gives you an eerie feeling. You can tell that this is a place of death. The barrow contains treasure that the Wraith collected while it was alive, or perhaps more recently from treasure seekers less fortunate than you. You find a jewel-studded tiara, 6 gold crowns, 40 kopecks, and a few old bones.
I remember now. I was walking home. Something started to chase me. I tried to run. Something knocked me over and everything went black. I'm dead, aren't I? I really can't go home again. I'm just a ghost. Forgive me my manners. It's just that I'm not used to the idea that I'm dead. My name was Anna. I can remember things now, but everything is like a faded dream. It seems so strange to think of myself as a ghost. Everything is blurry. There's no day or night, only the shadowy landscape. I want to go from here, but I cannot leave. I can only wait. I can remember my house now. I lived beside the tall oak tree near the center of town. I've been gone so long. My poor, poor Nikolai. Goodbye and farewell.
The ghostly apparition vanishes. That feels good. Just what you needed to relieve some of the aches and pains of everyday adventuring. You feel a chill go through you as you enter this part of the forest, as if a cold wind suddenly sprang up from nowhere. The wraith vanishes into nothingness, and the air slowly begins to regain some warmth. The barrow contains treasure that the Wraith collected while it was alive, or perhaps more recently from treasure seekers less fortunate than you. You find a dagger, 38 gold crowns, 75 kopecks, and a few old bones.
I remember now. I was walking home. Something started to chase me. I tried to run. Something knocked me over and everything went black. I'm dead, aren't I? I really can't go home again. I'm just a ghost. I cannot leave this spot. Nor would I leave until I have my Nikolai beside me again. If you see him, please tell him I love him. Nikolai is my true love. I cannot bear to leave without at least saying farewell to him. Thank you for helping me understand about being a ghost. I would be lost here forever without you. Farewell, and please, if you see Nikolai, speak to him for me.
The ghostly apparition vanishes. The nasty Necrotor has fallen to your onslaught. Unfortunately, this is a far from endangered species. It doesn't budge. Searching for the fallen beast, you find nothing of value, unless you were planning to start a flea circus. The heavy gate blocks access to the castle road. Fortunately, it also blocks the path of the two slavering Necrotors on the other side. They look hungry to see you. You deftly slip over the gate and into town. You push the Dark One sign into the indentation on the door. It fits perfectly.
Very wet be I, very wet and very alive. Glad am I to be alive, happy thanks I give you. Careful you should be here, dangerous berry it is. Feed the guard or destroy it to find the secret passage down.
This is a fairly attractive, in a Baroque way, display cabinet with a glass door. You strike a mighty hammer blow at the glass case. It just sort of looks at you through its glass eye. You need to either build up your strength or try another approach. You deftly pick the cabinet's simple lock and take the healing potion you find inside. There is nothing else of value in the cabinet. You retrieve the Dark One sign from the monastery door, then quickly step away before the Hectopus can react. You hear movement on the other side of the door. After a few minutes, you hear someone removing the bar and unlocking the bolts on the other side of the door. You get a fine meal of roast lamb garnished with red cabbage. Oh, and liberally flavored with garlic. They all turn to stare at you, then go back to talking.
Look, here we are sitting around here minding our own business, Cochise, and here you waltz up and interrupt us.
Here, here's $10. Get a real haircut, okay? You don't seem to realize we're very important men around here.
Right. Just because no one else seems to think so doesn't invalidate the point.
You know, our little town's remained unchanged for generations.
Oh yeah, our forefathers have always lived here in peace and quiet.
Except for the time when the cult came here.
Ooh, the cult. Well, they're all a bunch of strangers anyway.
Yeah, very strange. They didn't have much to do with the town, you know?
Yeah, hardly anything. Just building that monastery here and all moving inside, that's all.
But the cult did keep mostly to themselves.
Yeah, he's right. No one had much to do with them. They were a very peaceful, quiet kind of cult.
Yeah, really great people to be around, except for the strange noises and horrible screams that rose from the monastery at night.
That all happened many, many years ago.
Oh yeah, the cult broke up. They've all got kids of their own now.
Yeah, well, what about the Chernovi in the forest, huh?
Come to think of it, no one knows if they're alive or what.
Yeah, for all we know, they might just be wild stories to frighten little children and me.
And what about the Dark Ones?
Put a sock in it, will you? There are some things we must not speak about, Ivan. You know that.
Well, excuse me all to pieces.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.